Whenever materials wait in the supply chain, they form stocks. All organizations hold stocks of some kind, whether it is a shop that stocks goods for customers to look at, a chef with stocks of ingredients in the pantry, a market research company with stocks of information in a database, or a bank with stocks of cash held in reserve. An inventory is a list of things held in stock, but there is some confusion and people often use it to mean the actual stock. Every organization holds stocks, even those offering intangible services, but manufacturers hold particularly large amounts. Organizations do not want to eliminate stocks, but they want to control them properly, and they do this by efficient stock control. This function is known by several names, particularly inventory control or inventory management. A number of standard models can help with this decision, generally by finding the best balance between various costs. In particular, they look for answers to three basic questions. What items should we stock? No item, however cheap, should be stocked unless the benefits outweigh the cost. So organizations should never add unnecessary new items to stock, and they should make regular searches to remove obsolete or dead items. When should we place an order? This depends on the inventory control system used, type of demand, high or low, steady or erratic, value of the item lead time between placing an order and receiving the stock, supplier reliability, and a number of other factors. How much should we order? Large and frequent orders give high average stock levels, but low costs for transport and administering orders. Small frequent orders give low average stock, but high costs for transport and administering orders. The first of these questions is a matter of good housekeeping, simply avoiding stock that is not needed. The rest of this section looks for answers to the other questions. Stock is a buffer. As so many people consider stocks to be a waste of resources, we should ask why organizations still hold them. The answer is that they provide an essential buffer between supply and demand. Both the supply of materials and demand can be variable and uncertain, and stocks give a cushion between them. Imagine the food delivered to a supermarket. This comes in large quantities, perhaps a truckload today, but it is sold in much smaller quantities to individual customers throughout the day. There is clearly a mismatch between supply and demand, and stocks are needed to give a cushion between them. Stocks held on the shelves and in the storerooms allow the supermarket to continue working efficiently, even when delivery vehicles are delayed or there is unexpectedly high demand from customers. We can be a bit more specific and list the following reasons for holding stocks: to act as a buffer between different parts of the supply chain, to allow for demand that larger than expected or at unexpected times, to allow for deliveries that are delayed or too small, to take advantage of price discounts in large orders, to allow the purchase of items when the price is low and expected to rise, to allow the purchase of items that are going out of production or are difficult to find, to allow for seasonal operations, to make full loads and reduce transport costs, and to provide cover for emergencies. Let's now see the types of stock. Just about everything is held as stock somewhere, whether it is raw materials in a factory, finished goods in a shop, or tins of baked beans in your pantry. We can classify these stocks as raw materials. The material parts and components have been delivered to the organization but are not yet being used. Work in progress, materials that have started but not yet finished their journey through the organization's operations and finished goods. Goods that have finished the process and are waiting to be shipped out to end customers. Nationally, they are rough equal amounts of raw materials, work in progress, and finished goods stored. But this is a fairly arbitrary classification, as one company's finished goods are another company's raw materials. Some organizations, notably retailers and wholesalers, have stocks of finished goods only, while others, like manufacturers, have all three types in different proportions. Some items do not fall easily into these categories, so we can define two other types: spare parts for machinery, equipment, and so on, and consumables such as oil, fuel, paper, and so on.